the journalistic style reviews of Mr. Marcus Pearson.
Introducing you to the Mark Pearson YouTube channel.
Here's Mark Pearson on another amazing review.
You're watching the Mark Pearson YouTube channel, the greatest YouTube channel ever! TNA are 10 years old. Let's put on a show that no one's gonna watch. Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to these. I'm going to give you 2 show reviews. You've just seen the britwres intro, so we're going to do some britwres thoughts later on. But first things first, we're going to talk about TNA 10 Reunion. This was a pay-per-view that I've just started, man. Come on. Really? Every time. Every single time. This didn't air, as far as I can tell, on the on-demand service over there in America. I don't know why that is, but I think it speaks volumes to me. TNA don't sound like they're having a very fun time at the moment. I haven't talked about this on a video, because of the rule I don't talk about TNA. But, you know, I talk to a lot of people online about wrestling, whether I want to or not. Now, I'm only messing. I mean, drastic and ruthless cost cutting, isn't there? Getting rid of a load of guys, especially Jesse Sorensen. That wasn't cool. I heard about wrestlers not getting paid. I've heard about TNA doing a house show and half the talent not being able to work. That sounds like a giggle. So yeah, we got this over here on Wednesday night on Challenge with advert breaks, and I couldn't find a version that wouldn't take 20 hours to download on Tuesday, so I had to watch it live. And of course my Challenge TV fucked up, because it always does, just after the tag match, and then I haven't had time to watch it until this morning. So I figured, actually no, I probably would have had time yesterday, bloody window, but I figured if I'd do a joint review, because I knew I wanted to review the Infinite. Right, fuck it, I don't want the window open, not interested. I figured I wanted to review the Infinite promotion show as well, so I'd do a double review. So anyway, SoCal Val doing ring announcing, yay, really don't care. This is a celebration of TNA's 10-year history, so I assume we're going to see loads of old school guys and happy days. So in the opening contest, Kenny King defeating Petey Williams, and Kenny King defeated Petey Williams, and Petey Williams in a good opener. Shit, I'm such a moron, aren't I? That's what I've written on my notes, so now I have to go back up here. Who was the other guy? It was Sonjay Dutt. I'm so sorry. You're subscribed to me. So yeah, got a good vid about the X Division before the match. I enjoyed this one. Everything was crisp, everything was fluid, everything was lovely. It was just a classic X Division match. I seem to say this one a lot. No psychology, no storytelling, nothing memorable at all. This is one of those matches where, you know, in a week's time I'll have forgotten all about this match. I guarantee it. The story of the match basically is Petey Williams trying to get the, well, no, it's not the story, but Petey Williams keeps trying to get... I suppose, there you go, there's some storytelling, as Petey Williams keeps trying to put on the Canadian Destroyer. Happy days. He does hit it, it's still awesome, but a Royal Flush gets the win for Kenny King. And yeah, I mean, a 2 3/4 star sort of match. You know, if you want to give it 3 stars, if you want to give it more, I'm not going to object. But it's just, it wasn't that special. You know, no, really, it's too hot today. I've got to have the window open a little bit. I'm just going to have to keep an eye open on the cupboard door. That's why I was messing with the window, because it keeps doing this. Blow it open, you know. Next up, Velvet Sky defeating Gail Kim in a nothing match. I mean, a History of Knockouts video aired, which was lovely, I suppose. This match bothers me, as you can probably imagine. If you've seen it, you'll know what I mean. As Gail Kim works the leg of Velvet Sky for quite a while, and it all looks good, and then when Velvet gets back up again, she completely no-sells the leg. There's nothing wrong with my leg whatsoever. I'm not prepared to sell my leg for you or for anyone, because I've got this ass. You know, it's one of those, it's almost acceptable, because she's got the pigeons, isn't it? Each defeat is counted into, I don't know what she calls it, I'm afraid, but it's an X Factor. That gets the win. I'm hearing, by the way, I've been told this morning that the next one night only pay-per-view that we're going to get over here in England is a knockout special. I think I'll pass on that one. And then next we've got Matt Morgan defeating Shark Boy, Joseph Park, Mr. Anderson, Cassidy Riley, whoever that is, Jesse Goddards, whoever that is, Robbie E, Johnny Swinger, Johnny Devine, and Chase Stevens, whoever he is. In a rubbish gauntlet match. This was crap. This was half a star's worth of entertainment yet into a match. Do you know the only notable thing of this match, right, was the finish, and oh my god, the botch that happened. As, who was it? It was Johnny Devine, yeah, in classic style, gets his comeuppance for ripping the crowd by going for a split-legged moonsault, yeah, and he did the split-legged bit perfectly, came down on the back of his head so hard, a horrendous thud. You know, a sort of, oh, sort of reaction, you know, goes up around the crowd. That's it. It's a battle royal over the top rope until the last two men standing. They have a match, and it's Joseph Park, Matt Morgan, nothing of note whatsoever. Carbon Footprint gets the win for Matt Morgan. Yay. This, of course, for me, please stop it. Covered. Yeah, this match shows the problem of taping a show in March, April with these tapes, but the show airing in August because you've got a guy who isn't with the company anymore, aka Matt Morgan, winning the match. It makes no sense, really doesn't it? It's nothing. I understand it's a celebration of TNA's past. I get that, but no. Anyway, we're getting moments all night. I'm only going to talk about this twice yet. We're getting moments all night of the greatest moments in TNA history, yeah? And it's all good. One little problem, because of course it's a celebration of TNA's 10 years, isn't it? One little problem, and that's that before everyone, they've got the Slammiversary logo on them. So these are the exact same video packages that we saw at Slammiversary. I don't know why you're bothering showing them again. It just smacks of like, we've put zero effort into this pay-per-view, but you should pay £10, which you can do on YouTube if you really want to watch it. To do so, oh man, I still want £10. Anyway, in the back, Bad Influence talks to JB, and then we get a video package about showing the tag team history in TNA. This leads to Team 3D defeating Bad Influence and LAX in a good match, 12 minutes long, solid, if unspectacular is a phrase that I'm sort of throwing around a lot at the moment. Good match. It plays to everyone's strengths in this match. Great. Yeah, wonderful. Nothing special, nothing memorable whatsoever. I understand why it's not happening, but if you want to talk on a 10-year anniversary show, which it clearly isn't, it's just another TNA show. It really just is, isn't it? It's just another TNA show that they're having to do because they've got contracts that they have to fulfill. It's that simple, isn't it? They've got contracts like with people like over here in England with Challenge TV. We will supply you with 12 pay-per-views a year. When they've gone down to the 4 pay-per-views, they've had to make these 8 shows that are just standalone shows. Like, this is some wrestling for you. And it's all good for me. I had the boys around on Wednesday night, and we all got drunk and laughed at TNA until my challenge bro turned off, and then we watched Street Shock 68, which was brilliant, great show. But yeah, I understand why it doesn't happen. But America's Most Wanted, Beer Money, Motor City Machine Guns, for example, one more team in this match I think would have made it a better match. Team 3D get the win with a 3D, believe it or not. Dudley Death Drop. So Jeff Hardy defeating Austin Aries in a good match. Aries had got a good promo before the match. I thought this match was the best match of the night. Is it just me? Does Hardy look like he's in a lot of pain when he's walking to the ring? The way he's sort of hobbling to the ring, you can see that man is in a lot of pain in his knees. There's some light-hearted bickering between Tenay and Taz. As Tenay said right at the start that Jeff Hardy hits a unique a drop toe hold, and Taz instantly gets on his case. Like, how was that unique? It's a fucking drop toe hold, and he does it 4 times, and each time Taz mocks him. Really? 2-on-1 vid? I do apologise, viewers. I do. Fuck. Anyway, Aries was really good in this match. He works the comedy style beautifully, then snaps into I'm a badass heel instantly. It's so very nice. Hardy's obviously the most over person on the show, as you can probably imagine. Gotta be honest, I thought it was over. Aries hit a brainbuster, yeah, and I thought that I got the 3, really did. And he then tried 450, that didn't work. Jeff Hardy hits a small package, gets him. That's the win. Incidentally, this match went about 14 minutes, yeah? The last match went about 12 minutes, and the next 2 matches go 14 minutes. Isn't that weird? Bobby Roode defeating James Storm in an alright match. We've got a video package which are showing their feud. But, I'll talk about this in the main event, yeah? Long headlock spot. In fact, from Bobby Roode. It feels like most of this match is just headlocks, and you're just like, oh, get on with it, please. Please, just get on with it. I mean, the action was okay, nothing special. Crowd didn't seem as into it as I expected them to be. The match goes about 40 minutes, like I say. It ends with Storm hit. Storm hits a nice backcracker on Roode. He then goes to hit a code breaker, but Roode turns it into a jackknife cover with his feet on the ropes to get the win. And it was, yeah, I mean, it's again, you're watching it, this is alright. Ask me again this time next week what happened in that match, and I will not be able to tell you anything because there's nothing memorable at all. It's just an average match on a show full of average matches. And in the main event, Kurt Angle defeating Samoa Joe in another match that's exactly the same. It's average, it's alright, it's okay, it's nothing memorable. Right, and this is one of the problems I have with this show. We get a video package, right? We get a video package highlighting the feud between Kurt Angle and Samoa Joe, and it's all good, and you're sat there watching it, looking, look. And then you realise that it's the exact same video package that they use for Lockdown 2008. It's the very same one. And you just think to yourself, so really, you have just put no effort into this pay-per-view at all, have you? None. And it makes me think to myself that all the packages, the one we saw for the Bobby Roode versus James Storm match, was the one for one of their matches about a year ago. And what I've realised is every video package that's on this show has already been shown on another show. So it's just like I say, no effort, none at all. Matches, well, I mean, what can you say about this match? At least by my count, at least 4 times these two have fought on pay-per-view. So there's really not a lot that you're going to see in this match that you've not seen before. So when the choke is countered and when the ankle lock is countered, you see it coming. There's some good stuff in there. The leg lariats, particularly from Joe. There's a standard leg lariat and there's a one off the top rope that I really like. There's a belly-to-belly suplex by Angle that I really like. And of course, a clean win is always going to make me a happy boy. Angle's time, middle of the ring, 14 minutes or something round that. And it's, yeah, again, it's a 3-star, 2.5, 3-star match, I reckon, if you're very, very nice. A whole show of average matches. Take off the women's match and the Gauntlet match, and you've got literally a 5 or a 5.5, 6 out of 10 show. Because of those two matches, and like I say, because all of them felt like nothing special, it felt like it was a lazy pay-per-view with minimal effort put into it. I'm going to be really nice. I mean, proper nice here. This is way generous. This is a 4 out of 10 show, in my opinion, alright? Doesn't deserve anything more than that. And if you gave it, I probably should give it a 3, 3.5, something like that. Anyway, last night, since today's Saturday, Friday night, I went to my first Infinite promotion show of the year. They've put on quite a few shows this year, but because of my commitments at GPW and at Great Bear, basically what I wanted is, I realised I was going to too many shows. I went to 35 shows last year, and that's just too many. That is just too many. So Infinite, unfortunately, was one of the ones that I thought, it's not the end of the world if I don't go to that one, you know? It's like Fight Club Pro. Fight Club Pro was one of those, I don't mind if I don't go. House of Pain was another one. It's not the end of the world if I don't go. We need to keep the commitment, the commitments for GPW, and we'll keep Future Shock. And if there's, the thing with these ones is it's if there's a particularly good looking guy, it's like, yeah, count us in, we're there. And the card for the last night's show was just top to bottom fantastic, alright? It was one of those, wow, that will be good. So, place was packed out. They had the balcony open, which if I go again, I will probably give a try to, because while they were setting up the steel cage for the main event, I went and had a look from upstairs, and it was like, ooh, it looks good up here. You know, the view from the balcony looks fantastic. So, flip side of the balcony being open is that people were leaning over the balcony and people kept dropping stuff on my head. I don't know if anyone else had this problem, but various items fell from the top onto my fucking face, and it was just like, right, that's really irritating. And you know, that's one of those things that, you know, that's the type of thing that would put me off from going to the show again. You know, because it was like I'd be just sat chilling and bounce, a fucking chip box bounces off my face. Like, really, you've just chucked your chip box off the top at my face. Even if it's someone who doesn't like me, it's like, come on, that's just being a dick, isn't it? Anyway, opening contest was the Models defeating Project Ego in a fun little match. My goodness me, I've never seen the Models get a reaction like they did here. Unbelievable, so over. And I'll tell you, right, they were so over it was to the point where it was like Project Ego were fucking rookies, and they came out and they had the who the fuck are you? You know when you see a guy making his debut and you go, go on then, impress me. You know, it's an indifferent sort of look on your face. Project Ego were like that to pretty much everyone when they came out. That was madness. I've never seen anything like it. Bear in mind that the models are heels, proper heels as well. Yeah, they've just. Oh, I was saying this on the way home last night. I've probably said this on a vid before. If I have, I apologise, right? Last year, at the end of last year, I did a video, right, where I did my Mark P's awards for British wrestling. And I said, most underappreciated wrestler, most underrated wrestler is Danny Hope. And I said, one day, I'm sure I said on the vid, something like, one day people are going to realise just how fucking talented this man is. And look at them now. Everyone, since he started doing the tassels thing, since he started appearing at PCW, the man is ridiculously over, and it makes me so fucking chuffed. This match was what you expect. I mean, at one point, there was one, Project Ego the people did warm to them a lot more than I was expecting, actually, after seeing the initial reaction. Martin Kirby pulls out a harmonica from under the ring and goes, do, 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 and everyone in the room shouted, Kirby! And it's like, where did that just come from? All you people haven't given a shit about Ego all match, and then that comes out of the blue. You know, anyway, stiff kicks, lots of them, really good, and lots of shenanigans, plenty. Evil looking snapshot, which is what we call the 3D, because it's not a 3D. It can't be a 3D, because the 3D is a Dudley death drop, and the models aren't the Dudley. So we call it the snapshot, because we feel it's a very appropriate name for two guys who are models, and snapshot, happy days. Snapshot gets the win. Afterwards, Kirby gets on the mic and rips Liverpool. So it's one of those, that's an interesting one. I like that. Good development. Next, Doug Williams. My second time in a week seeing Doug Williams defeating DDL in a British rules match. Now, I was really looking forward to this match, but I must have not noticed it was going to be fought under British rules. So when on the way there, when one of the guys says to me, it's going to be fought under British rules, I was like, oh no. Because I don't like British rules. I want to. I grew up watching World of Sport, and I should. I respect the tradition of it. I can't stand how you're 5 minutes into a match and it's really getting hot, getting going and hotting up, and then it stops because you've got the round system, and you're just like, ah. I mean, this one, they're having a really nice technical match, and I'm absolutely loving it. I'm glued to the ring, and Doug's got DDL in a bow and arrow lock, and you're like, this is going to be it, and then the round stops, and you're like, ah. And you feel the crowd as one just go, because it deflates the crowd so much. This was such a lovely match, such a technical match. DDL gets the first fall in the second round with a nice choke. Williams even score the roll up in the fourth round. We got a lovely Northern Lights suplex by Dutt that I love. We saw all 7 of the 7 deadly suplexes, yeah? But when the 7 deadly suplexes came along in Great Bear and Bobby Cash was there to keep score, it's better with him there, all right? If there's no one keeping score, at my charity show, DDL basically shouted out what he was doing. He said, I'm going to take you on a journey to 7 deadly suplexes. And he after each one, he shouted out how many he'd done, and it worked the crowd. Here, he didn't do that. I don't know, they were just suplexes until he hit the 6th one, because my mate Si, who sat next to me, shouted out, was that 6? He's like, is that 6? And yeah, I don't know, it just didn't feel right. But we got to see the Chaos Theory, which got the win, which made me so chuffed, because of course last week, when he was against Cyanide, he's never going to hit the Chaos Theory on Cyanide. Cyanide's too big. So that was really good to see. Good match, don't like British rules, don't like it at all. Fortunately though, this was the only British rules match on the whole show, so that was good. Next up, El Ligero defeating Jay Lethal in a good match. This was a really good match apart from his finish, which I'll talk about in a second. Ligero, mega over, as over as the models. Wearing purple and yellow, which makes him look like Dave Rain, which is interesting. I was really happy with this one, because I saw Lethal at the Speaking tournament a couple of months ago. Seeing the Lethal combination was really nice, and that got a massive reaction. Seeing the Macho Man style elbow as well was a nice little touch as well. I like that. But what I felt with this match is I didn't think it clicked like it was meant to. What I mean by that is that it was obviously had some spots lined up, and they went to do the spot on one of them, and normally Lethal, I must say, hesitated before it was done. It's like he'd almost just for a split second forgot what he was meant to be doing next. That meant for me that I tried to ignore them as much as I could, because I really did not want to sit there and go, I'm a smart mark, I can see where they're fucking up. No, I just wanted to get on with it and enjoy the match. The thing that bothered me is the finish, a roll-up finish in a match like this, because it was really heated, really good, really, really enjoyable, but it's just like, that finish. Basically, it's like they were going for a pinning sequence, and I'm sure you know the one where the guy flips out of the pin. Lethal tried to do that. Ligero held him down to get the win. It makes sense in a kind of way when you're doing a pinfall sequence. It's just, I don't know, I was expecting a better finish, and it felt like a flat ending. And then we got one of the problems I had with this show, which was that basically they said that if for a fee, get in the ring, and you can have your photo taken with Ligero. I think it was for free. I don't know. It might have been for free. I don't know. But I didn't care enough to get in the ring, to be honest. But yeah, have your photo taken with Lethal and Ligero. And by the looks of things, every single person in the building wanted to get their photo taken with these two guys. Queue went round and round and round and round. So the intermission lasted 45 minutes at least. Because I can understand they wanted, if you want your photo taken, you've got to do it. But sure, there's got to be a cut-off, right? Listen, guys, I'm sorry, but think about it. This is going to take 20 minutes just to get these guys done. I'm sorry you can't have your photo taken. No, they did what I'm sure was the honourable thing and had let everyone who wanted their photo taken to be taken. But it was just like, really? I mean, we go outside for a cigarette. Those of us who smoke go outside for a cigarette. All had a cigarette, came back in, sat twiddling our thumbs for a minute, went and had a look at the merchandise, say, well, that's nice. Went outside again. There's a little cafe next door. I went and had the worst cheeseburger I've ever eaten in my whole life. That took 20 minutes to queue up for, and because of my classic time, I missed the first couple of minutes of the next match, which was Dylan Roberts defeating Zach Gibson in a really good match. By goodness me! I mean, I know it's the hometown hero, but Zach was ridiculously over here, and of course the crowd all over Dylan, who of course played up to it beautifully. Dylan Roberts, the second most underrated guy in the country, another one who this year you've seen the rise of him, and people more and more people who've seen the more people go, that guy's fucking brilliant. And I love that. I love seeing it. Oh my god, one of my favourite moments of this year was in this match. Seriously, this was the 23rd show. Remember what I was saying a moment ago? Yeah, last year went to 35 shows. Now think about it. 3 more GPW shows, 4 more Future Shock shows this year. That's another 7. So that'll be 30 shows. If I just go to those, if I go to no other shows, 30. Well done, Mark. Anyway, this is show 23. Dylan gets caught up in the top rope, and Zach teases like he's going to go and boot him in the bollocks. And he goes around the crowd saying, he leaves Dylan tied up in the ropes, goes around the crowd, do you want me to boot him? Do you want me to boot him? And I was like, yeah, fucking boot him in the balls. And he pulls out a kid out the front row, pulls him over the guard rail, puts him in the ring, and the kid just bam, right in the balls. And there's no way of protecting that. That must have hurt. And the best joke I've ever made, I turned to Sai and said, if this was TNA, that kid would be world champion in 2 weeks. Hey! I'm very funny. Dylan did this crazy cloverleaf that I absolutely adored. I trapped the right arm, then put a cloverleaf on. Oh god, it was so pretty. And then a diamond drill and a liver drive, which you would normally put your mortgage on Diamond Gibson getting the win. Dak only gets 2. Dylan holds the ropes to get the win with a roll-up. And that was a really good match. I enjoyed that one. And then Tim Wiley and the Babyface Pitbull defeating Rampage Brown and Cyanide. This is one of the ones we were looking forward to because my friend Alex, who came with us, he used to know Tim. So he was looking forward to seeing the match. Crowd, though, they didn't give a fuck about Tim at all. When he was playing the Babyface in peril in this match, no one cared. The only reaction he got was when he got powerbombed by Cyanide right in the middle of the ring. It was so hard. Such a hard powerbomb. Everyone popped for that. But yeah, I mean, Cyanide and Rampage Brown, it was classic tag team wrestling, this one. Hot, fast tags between the two. Fast tag, fast tag, fast tag. A little bit of work, fast tag. Happy days. And then Pitbull gets what I've put on my notes as a mild tag, because Tim Wiley just wasn't over at all. Gets the mild tag, but then the rest of the match was really good, if you can believe that shit, because the babyfaces had a suplex contest with each other, suplexing the shit out of both the heels. That's including Cyanide. My favourite being obviously a T-bone suplex on Cyanide by Pitbull was incredible, but I've got a little space in my heart here for a butterfly suplex and a butterfly. I'm sorry. A butterfly. It's not butterfly. That makes you sound like you're a fucking chap. Butterfly suplex. It's called pronunciation. It means wait, people say I sound posh because I pronunciate. It's because I don't want to sound like a fucking scally by saying butter. There's 2 T's. Fuck's sake. Butterfly suplex by Tim Wiley is amazing. And then a fucking doomsday device off the, on cyanide. It wasn't even on the Rampage brand, the lighter guy of the two. On cyanide. Fuck, that's incredible. Cyanide gets vexed because, Mike Lovejoy, the council had come out with Cyanide and Rampage Brown. I thought this was a waste of the council, to be honest. If you think about it, they're all about health and safety and have no qualms about a cage match main event, but they care about this match. That's a bit strange. But, yeah, they come out with those guys, and Mike Lovejoy gets on the mic, he's vexed at them. He slaps, he gets vexed at Dan Evans and, who was the other guy with the council? Dean McManus. Yes. Gets vexed at them and then gets vexed at Cyanide. Cyanide goes, shoves him down, attacks the members of the council. It looks like he's going to hit the choke bomb on Mike Lovejoy, but he changes his mind. Anyway, main event. Obviously, the cage needs to be put up. Cage, I'm going to be honest here, doesn't look as good as the one that they had at Future Shock International Super Show last year. And that's not my Future Shock-itis playing up at all. What I mean is that the Future Shock one looked about at least 2 feet tall. This looked like it was about 8 foot tall. The Future Shock one looked like it was about 10 feet tall. Oh man, it took an age to get it up. I feel so sorry for the guys because it was just one of those. I turned to the guys before this match. I'm like, because of the time that's taken to put up, this match are going to have to be so good to get the crowd back. Fortunately, they did. CJ Banks defeating Bubblegum in a good cage match. This is only actually the second, no, sorry, it's not, that's a lie. 3rd cage match I've ever seen in my whole life, believe it or not. Back body drop by Gum on the outside sets up the tone of this one. It's going to be a brutal match. Super belly to belly by Banks is super belly to back, by Banks off the top is brilliant. We see a lovely tornado DT by Bubblegum. Gum has a knee injury and is being carried out, and this is a bone of contention I have with this one. Gum, he hits a double stomp, goes down with a knee injury. Now he's got a history of knee injuries, so you think it's legit, and then you think to yourself, but this doesn't make sense for a babyface to do, because basically what it looks like is, think about it, he's going to get carried out of the ring because he's got his knee injury. Because it's an escape match, there's a door to the cage. If he touches the floor first, then he's the winner. So Banks, when he attacks Bubblegum, heel or not, he's just doing what he has to do to protect the match. Now this for me it just feels like it's, right, let me give you a scenario. Let's reverse the roles, right? Banks does the double stomp and fakes a knee injury. Sells it like it's real, right? The referee picks him up and says, I'm sorry, I can't continue. So he starts, hobbling out of the ring and being supported by the referee. Now at the last second, have Banks turn around and do that at Bubblegum. Bubblegum realises that he's faking it, and the moment that foot touches the floor, he's going to win. So Bubblegum goes charging over, clobbers Banks, happy days. It was just one of the, I don't know, it's just a confusing one, because it was like I say, if Bubblegum is getting carried out of the ring, whether it's got a real injury or not, the moment he touches the floor, he wins the match and the championship. It's a strange one. Anyway, there you go, it's thingy. A cloverleaf by Banks. Really two amazing spots in this match that I'll probably never forget. Right, first one, Banks has got Bubblegum in the tree of warrior, and he's standing on the injured knee, right? And Bubblegum uses all his strength to sort of pull himself up, grab hold of Banks, hit a super German suplex. It was incredible. The strength that must have taken was unreal. And then, get this, guys, we got to see my favourite move in wrestling. My favourite move in wrestling isn't a Stone Cold Stunner, it's not a pedigree, it's not a rock bottom, it's a reverse Rana, because it's the greatest wrestling move that there is. And when I see one, I mark out like an absolute little girl, and when I see one off the fucking top rope, I just turn into jelly. I was screaming. I was marking out like an absolute fucking champ. A masked man slams the door shut as Bubblegum is trying to crawl out of it. Looks like Bubblegum's got the win. And then a masked man comes along, slams the door shut, and you sat there, who is that? Really, masked man, got a hold on, who is it? Pulls the hood off, pulls the mask down. It's only fucking Sam Bailey, isn't it? My God, what a fucking roar. Boo! Money in the Mank t-shirt like that. It looks like he's had his hair straightened, It looks like he's got rid of the fro. That's an interesting touch, but I like it. It's good. And, Basically, he rips on Bubblegum on the mic, and there's all sorts of attackings going on, and basically him and Banks lay into him, and then El Ligero comes in, vaults up the cage and launches off the cage onto the two heels, and of course, as I've said on vids before, Ligero and Bubblegum will hubba bubble lucha, and various promos go down. That's what we're seeing next time. Next main event is Banks, Bailey, Ligero, Bubblegum. I did not like that 45-minute intermission. That was a crowd killer for me. It's really good that they put Gibson versus Roberts on after that intermission. If they'd thrown that tag match out there, I think this crowd would have just died on its arse, to be honest. Cage took long to put up, but I suppose it's one of those things. We're so used to WWE and the cage just lowering down, taking 2 minutes, and there you go, there's your cage match. That anything like this, it takes time, and it's one of those. You've got to show a bit of patience because the match is going to be worth it. That's 3 cage matches I've seen, and none of them have been bad. I enjoyed the show. I had a really good time. I was buzzing on the way home. Me and Alex, especially between Warrington and Stoke, we just were gammering all the way home. That's the sign of a good show to me. Because normally, there are times when you go to a show and it's so emotionally exhausting that you don't say a word on the way home. You're just like, just alone in your thoughts sort of thing. That's a good thing, yeah. So yeah, I really enjoyed this. I like Infinite. I've got a lot of time for them. That's like I said at the start, that they're one of those feds that if the card isn't wonderful, doesn't look that brilliant. It's one of those, I'm not that fussed about going. I'm justifying myself there. Sometimes I just can't be arsed, or I haven't got the money. This has been a very long vid. Thank you very much for sticking around for this long. I hope you enjoyed it. I'll be back on Monday, I'll be back on Tuesday, with a Raw Thoughts. I'll probably upload an F1 vid tomorrow as well. I've been Mark P. Thank you very much for watching. Hit subscribe, hit like, leave me a comment, and see you all soon. Bye-bye.